Darren Holt had seen a lot in his 15 years as a freelance salvager, but the fuzzy little creature staring up at him from the crashed pod was something entirely new. "Well, aren't you just adorable?" he muttered, kneeling down. The creature, no bigger than a house cat, had oversized amber eyes, tufted ears, and fur that shimmered between silver and gold in the dim light of his cargo bay. It chittered softly, tilting its head. Darren had found the escape pod drifting in the Korath Expanse, a region most species avoided due to its unstable nebula storms. The pod's markings were unfamiliar, but salvage was salvage. He hadn't expected a passenger, let alone one this cute. "Hey there, little guy," Darren said, extending a gloved hand. "You got a name?" The creature's translator collar crackled to life. "Sarek," came a high-pitched voice. "I am Sarek of the Valkren." Darren's smile faltered. Valkren. The name tickled something in the back of his mind, something from a Galactic Council briefing he'd half-listened to years ago, something about restricted zones and forbidden contact protocols. "Valkren, huh?" He scratched his beard. "Never heard of you guys. You lost?" Sarek's ears flattened. "My colony ship was attacked. I am separated from my pack." The little creature's eyes grew wider, almost luminous. "Please, help me return home." Darren's heart melted a little. The kid cub, whatever, couldn't have been more than a juvenile. And despite the advanced translator tech, Sarek seemed genuinely scared. All right, Darren said, standing. "Let's see if we can figure out where home is for you cute little cubs." The word cubs seemed to trigger something. Sarek's posture stiffened, and for just a moment, Darren could have sworn he saw something ancient and dangerous flash across those innocent eyes, but then it was gone, and Sarek simply nodded. "Thank you, Darren Holt, you are kind." 3 days into the journey, Darren started noticing things. First, it was the ship's sensors. They kept glitching near Sarek's presence, showing electromagnetic spikes that made no sense. Then it was the supplies. His protein rations sealed in military-grade containers kept vanishing. When he asked Sarek about it, the cub just blinked innocently. "I do not eat your food," Sarek said. "Valkren consume energy, not matter." "Energy?" Darren raised an eyebrow. "Like electricity?" "Among other things." That explained the sensor glitches. Maybe. The second thing Darren noticed was that Sarek never slept. Every time Darren woke from his rest cycle, the cub was there, sitting perfectly still, watching him with those enormous eyes. "Don't you need to sleep?" Darren finally asked on the 4th night. "Valkren do not require dormancy," Sarek replied. "We are always aware." Something about the way Sarek said, "aware," made Darren's skin prickle. On the 5th day, Darren decided to do what he should have done from the start: research the Valkren. What he found made his blood run cold. The Galactic Council database had exactly one entry for the Valkren, and it was marked in red with the highest warning classification: Forbidden Zone, no contact under any circumstances. Darren's hands trembled as he read. The Valkren are a Class 7 apex predator species, despite their diminutive appearance and juvenile designation as cubs. All Valkren possess extreme capabilities, including but not limited to energy manipulation, matter deconstruction, limited precognition, and a collective consciousness spanning light years. The Valkren War of 2847 resulted in the complete sterilization of 17 star systems before diplomatic resolution. Contact with Valkren is strictly forbidden. Any vessel encountering Valkren must immediately retreat and report to Council authorities. Darren felt his stomach drop. "You've been reading about my kind." He spun around. Sarek stood in the doorway, no longer appearing small or helpless. The cub's eyes glowed with an inner light, and the air around him seemed to shimmer with barely contained power. I was just trying to help you get home," Darren stammered. "I know." Sarek stepped closer, and Darren noticed that the creature's paws weren't quite touching the floor. "You called us cute little cubs. Most species do. They see our size, our appearance, and they assume we are harmless. Are you going to kill me?" Darren asked, hating how his voice shook. Sarek's expression softened, or maybe Darren just imagined it. No. Darren Holt. You showed kindness when you could have abandoned me. You sought to reunite me with my pack. These actions matter, but that database entry is accurate, Sarek interrupted. My people are dangerous. We are apex predators who evolved in a dimension where survival meant consuming energy from living stars. We nearly destroyed this galaxy when we first arrived. We did not understand that other species valued individual life over collective survival. Darren's mind reeled. This fuzzy little thing could destroy planets? But we learned, Sarek continued. We isolated ourselves. We created the Forbidden Zone, not to keep others out, but to keep ourselves in, because we know what we are capable of. We know what happens when others see us as cute or harmless and try to exploit that. I wasn't trying to. I know. That is why you will live. Sarek's eyes flashed. But you must understand something about humans. Darren Holt. Something I have learned from watching you these past days. What's that? You do not fear the right things. You see a predator and think it is prey. You enter forbidden zones without hesitation. You offer kindness to creatures that could unmake you with a thought. Sarek's form began to glow, expanding, revealing glimpses of something vast and terrifying beneath the cute exterior. This is why my elders speak of humanity with interest. You are either the bravest species in the galaxy or the most foolish. Darren swallowed hard. Can't we be both? For the first time, Sarek made a sound that might have been laughter, though it resonated on frequencies that made Darren's bones vibrate. Perhaps, Sarek said, shrinking back down to cub size. My pack is close now. They have been following your ship since the moment you took me aboard. They wanted to see if you were a threat. And you are not. You are simply human. Sarek moved to the airlock. They are here now. Thank you, Darren Holt, for reminding me why the Forbidden Zone exists, and why some species, like yours, might one day be permitted to enter it. The airlock opened to reveal not a ship, but a shimmering tier in space itself. Beyond it, Darren glimpsed dozens, no, hundreds of glowing forms, each one radiating power that made his instruments scream. Sarek paused at the threshold. One last thing, human. The zones are called forbidden for a reason, but if your kind ever needs allies against something truly dangerous. The cub's eyes glowed. The Valkyren, remember those who show kindness to our young. Then Sarek was gone, and the tier sealed shut, leaving Darren alone in his cargo bay, staring at the empty space where an apex predator had stood wearing the face of something cute and harmless. He sat down heavily, pulled up the Galactic Council database, and started drafting his report. Then he deleted it. Some things, he decided, the galaxy didn't need to know about humanity just yet.